But what you need to figure out is how big is your TAM. TAM just means total addressable market. I spelled that wrong. There we go. Total addressable market. All right. This is everyone who fits the criteria of who you want to reach. Okay. So you're going to filter by the industries that you want to target. Industries. And then you're going to find the job titles that you want to target for this, which is probably going to be like COOs, CFOs, right? Anyone in controlling operations, stuff like that, right? And you're going to find out which AI can help you with. You just need a number, all right? And data tools like, Apollo and LinkedIn and all these like things to find out how many people are actually in this market, all right? Let's say it's 100,000 to keep it simple. And I'm not talking TAM in like dollars, just number of companies. Okay, so we have 100,000 companies that could potentially buy your stuff. So how do we, that means ideally you want to reach your entire total addressable market every 30 days with different angles of this offer using cold email. And by the way, I'm going to get into the scripts on what to use for the cold email in a second here. But what you need to do for cold email is basically to send from multiple inboxes that have domains. Okay, this is I'm going to simplify this a lot. So to not land in spam, you can send about 15 to 20 cold emails per day, per inbox, and you have about 3 inboxes per domain. All right? What do I mean with domain? Well, if you have company name, like company.com, a domain you need to buy is like getcompany.com, trycompany.com. You never want to use your main domain because sending 100,000 emails is going to burn some domain, and that's normal. That doesn't mean the emails are spam or that they don't work. That's just how these things work. All right? So you're going to need to buy a bunch of domains, and you can set up 3 inboxes per domain. Inbox just means the literal person before the at. All right? So it's john@trycompany.com, john@getcompany.com, and then sarah@trycompany.com, and so on and so forth. And since we know that we can only send 20 cold emails per day per inbox, and we need 3 inboxes per domain, we can calculate exactly how many inboxes we need to buy, which I'm going to spare you the boring math. That's about 5,000 emails per day with 20 sending days a month, which is about 250 inboxes and about 83 domains. You can buy this from Scaled Mail. That's what we use for things like that. And so if we look at the ROI calculator here, the average client LTV for an ERP is going to be I'm going to go really low. It's probably 30K is really low. In terms of lifetime value that a customer spends, it's probably 5 times higher. But let's just be conservative. And your close rate from the meetings is around 5%. All right? If you send 100,000 emails per month with conservative numbers, you'll get a 1% reply rate. 15 of those are positive. 40% book a meeting. 70 show up. We usually get double these numbers for our clients. But you'll get around 30 meetings, which is 1 deal per month, which is going to get you whatever one client is worth to you. All right, that's a 3.3x ROI. So for every dollar you spend for this, you're going to get around $3.30 back. Now, your LTV for an ERP is probably way higher. So you see, if you really make below 9K, then it would stop maybe being worth it. Okay, so if you send like this, you can get about a 3 to 6x ROI on cold email.